Hi there again guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. So today I thought I would film a drugstore makeup look. I have got all of this drugstore makeup that I've had in my new in drawer for the longest time and just not touched. We've got some Flower Beauty, some Makeup Revolution, Wet n Wild, Beauty Bay, all sorts. I haven't quite got a full face. I'm missing a setting powder, eyebrows and a contour, but I have got a few bronzers, so we'll see how we get on with those. So I'm going to go and do my eyebrows off camera as I always do because they take the longest time, and I will be right back and we're going to jump right into this video. So eyebrows are done. I used this Soap and Glory Archery eyebrow pencil. The spool is broke off the end, but I absolutely love this. They're about £8 and they're absolutely amazing. So I'm going to carve out my brows. I'm going to grab my brushes first. I'm going to carve out my brows, and I'm going to use this Flower Beauty concealer that I bought absolutely ages ago. It says it's weightless, a weightless formula and crease proof. Now I've got a lot of places where it can crease, so we're going to see about that, aren't we? I just have to take plastic off the top, and now it's in a box as well. I've heard quite good things about this Flower Beauty, but I think it's just come on sale. I got this from Superdrug, but I think it's just kind of come to the UK. I think before that it was more in the US, but oh, that took a while to come out. So it's quite a nice little spoolie there. It's right on about your standard spoolie. It's quite a runny consistency, and that is that there. I'd say this is the colour Fair, and I am fair, very fair. So let's see how this gets on. It goes on a lot thicker than it looks. Just do over the top there and tidy those bad boys up. That's quite nice. So I'm going to use this as a base for my eyeshadow as well. I didn't take a lot of the product and it's covered that quite nicely. Just pat that in a little bit actually. I do need another one, so I'm just taking what's come out and placing that on there. So it's not a lot of product that's used. It's not a bad little colour, to be honest with you. I don't know how it's going to do as my concealer, but as a colour for an eyeshadow base, it is not too bad. When you concentrate in doing things like this, the silence is deafening. Does anybody know what I mean? It's like, don't breathe, don't do anything. It might all go wrong. So I'm just going to take this fluffy brush and just pat that and give it a little... I like to blend over the top as well, because when it comes to foundation afterwards, you've got this line that's kind of soaked into your like skin over the top of your eyebrows, and it's so hard to like blend your foundation into it after that. So that's what I like to do. So that's that all nicely based, applied. I want to take Makeup Revolution Integrity Wild Animal Palette. Now I've had this for the longest time and just not touched it, and I don't know why, because get rid of the plastic. Look at those colours. Why have I not played with this? It's so nice. So I don't know what I'm going to do today. As always, I just open the palette and then like what I'm going to do here. But there's a lot of like blues and greens in there, but there's also pinks. So I think I might put this like royal blue through my crease, and then maybe this pinky shimmer on the lid. God, it's going all over. Let's see how we go. Let's grab a brush and do my crease. So I'm going to take this Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush, and I'm going to take that royal blue and just tap that in. A lot of kickback there, a lot of dust off. So I'm just going to pat that up kind of from here through. So that's a bit patchy. I didn't put a lot of product on because I would sooner build it up. I'm going to take it from here actually. Take it from a bit higher. Pat that through there. This palette has got a huge mirror in it as well, which I really like. Bring that down there slightly. So it's a little bit patchy, but it's not too bad. See how it blends out later. I mean, that could be the concealer that I've used as the base, so we will have to see. I'm liking that though. There's like an aqua green there that I'm thinking might be really nice to kind of blend this blue out with. You know, let's go bright today. It is coming up to spring, coming up to Easter. Let's just go for it, shall we? So there is quite a bit of fallout. Can we see this here? There's quite a bit of fallout there. But I think these palettes were like £10. I think they did go on sale for £5 at one point. So the pigmentation for that type of price is pretty good, really, isn't it? You know, just take that up to there, I think. As you can see, it's patchy in there. Somebody with less wrinkles might not have that type of issue, but I have that issue, so I'm going to mention it. Loving that blue, just set in the corner a little bit there. I like to make my eyes look as even as possible, and with my eyesight, that's not always the easiest task. Okay, so I'm going to blend that out a little bit. I'm going to take this Zoeva Luxie Soft Crease brush in 221, which is a really, really nice like blending brush. And I'm going to take that aqua green right there. Give that a little swirl. Hardly any kickback with that at all, but it is it's not quite as matte as the blue. And I'm just going to blend those together. Oh, that's actually quite shimmery. It's more shimmery than it looks. Not sure how I feel about that being shimmery. It looks like it'd be like a demi matte, but it's definitely more shimmery than you think it's going to be. Yeah, it's a nice colour, but I think I would prefer it on the lid rather than on as like a transition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush that I originally used. I'm not going to put any products on it, but I'm just going to use that to blend that up into that colour slightly, and just take that little bit of shimmer away a bit. And today I'm wearing a t-shirt that is one of my designs. If you want to know, that is got I'm not for everyone, because I'm not for everyone, and I'm fine with that, and we should all be fine with that. So though these are on sale at my Etsy store, Crafty Studio Gives. That is linked in my bio and on my page if anybody wants to check all that out. So I'm liking that so far. We're very blue, so I think I'm going to go pink, but I think I'm going to cut the crease out a little bit more again. So I'm going to take a little bit more of the concealer and see how we go with that. Cutting the crease, and take that on my concealer brush again, and I'm just going to carefully go up into like the crease there and just bring that round slightly. When I'm doing this, I do like to do like one eye at a time. Bring that down there and then just pat. Don't need a lot of product, otherwise your eyeshadow powder could drag a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take I want a flat brush, and I'm going to take this pink here, and I'm going to take that on this first outer portion of the eye here. I like to go in with it, I probably will go in with my finger just to give it a bit more product on there, but I do like to go in with a brush first just to kind of get down where I'm going. Does that make sense? I think I'm going to move that to about there, really having to dig in there to get some product. And then I'm going to get a new flat brush, or another flat brush. I'm going to go in with this kind of shimmery pink purple type. I feel like that's picked up a lot more, and I'm going to just do that outer portion there. Inner portion, it's not the outer portion, it's the inner portion, Claire. You know, if you're going to do it, get it right. God. And just swipe those together. Oh, I think I prefer this colour to this colour, but that has gone on really, really well and very precise. And I'm going to go back through with my finger as well. So take some of that pink on my finger. See, on my finger it looks so much more pigmented. Oh, much better with the finger. But the way the other shimmers work with it, that looks really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe off my ring finger a little bit and go back in with that other colour again. That goes on my finger a little bit like chalky. Maybe this is better with a brush. You never know. Blend those two together. Loving that. Ooh. I've just turned the lights up a little bit because my window's there and the sun was out when I was kind of hiding behind clouds, so I hate it when the light goes up and down. So I'm just going to buff that blue slightly into the pink. Probably not taking a lot of extra on my brush, just to take, I mean, do I want to take away that harsh line, or do I like the harsh line? What do we think? Maybe I'll take a tiny tap of the blue, the deeper blue, and just deepen that up slightly. No, I really like that. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye, and let's see if that goes as well as this eye, because you never get two eyes that will just, that really works well. It went on well and nothing went wrong, and guaranteed, because this eye's gone alright, this eye is going to go to pot. So let's see. I'll probably speed you guys through this so that I can just concentrate. Okay, so that is the upper eye done. I've just used four colours, two pinks and two blues, and I'm kind of loving that. It's very 80s, it's very my era, but yeah, absolutely loving it. So I'm just going to tidy up my under eye a little bit, because there has been a little bit of fallout. You can see here, and obviously the darker blue here and here, but for the price of the palette, it is super nice. I feel like it's gone on really well. There's not been massive amount of fallout, a little bit patchy on the darker colours, but yeah, nothing that we can't rectify, nothing that, you know, a little bit of building up won't hurt. You know, sometimes you have to do that on more expensive palettes, so something that's £10 actually could be on sale for £5. We'll check. I think that's worked amazingly well, so I'm just going to take a little bit more of the concealer and I'm just going to tap that under the eye, but not a lot, because we are going to put some more on there when we do our skin. Just give something for the product to cling to. I always find it just goes on better that way. And give that a little pat down there. It also helps a little bit with the clean up as well. I do feel like it is quite sticky, that concealer. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it, to be honest with you. We'll have to see. Okay, so gonna have to be pink and blue, isn't it, on the under eye? I mean, I could go in with a yellow. Should we go in with yellow? Should we go in with yellow? Is that a bit much? Screw it, let's do it. Why not? I'm just gonna run this on the under eye. That yellow has got a lot of fallout, but it is very pigmented. I mean, do I look like I'm just ill? I'm going to mix that in with a little bit of pink as well. I'm going to put like pink closer to the waterline. I'm kind of loving it. Let's just use all the colours. Let's just use all the colours. Let's be a rainbow today. On this nice spring day. I did say I wanted to look like an Easter egg, so I mean, how many colours can you get in an Easter egg? How many? I actually quite like that. The yellow is a bit powdery, and if anybody has seen my previous videos, I filmed a Colourpop video which was their yellow palette, or one of their yellow palettes. Then yellow is not my colour at all, but I do think that's not too bad. It's quite understated. I'm going to go in with, there's not a lot of mattes in this palette, which I do think it lacks. Mattes are, does it tell me how many mattes there are? No, there's just 18 colours, of which 6 are true mattes. You've got 1, 2, like 3 demi mattes, and then the rest are like pressed pigments. There's not a lot of mattes at all, but there is a nice black though. There is a nice black, which I think some palettes do lack, but I don't think I'm going to use black today. I'm going to go in with this kind of shimmery pink though, and I'm going to run that close to my waterline and see how that looks. Quite like that. That's quite nice. It is shimmery. I may even, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take, that's got loads of glitter on it, I need a clean flat brush. I'm going to take this Peaches and Cream flat brush and I'm going to take a little bit of that royal blue. I'm just going to put it just here on the outer portion of my under eye just to set that off. See, I'm still liking the pink and the blue there. I don't know if to cover that yellow up with the blue. What do we think? I might do. Let's just do it. I do like the yellow, but I am feeling that blue a lot, so I'm just going to take that on like a fluffier brush and then just, it's going to go green, but it's going to be like a greeny blue. And don't worry about this, we can tidy this up. See, this is what happens when we change our minds. I do think I'm much preferring that. Although the yellow was nice, the yellow was nice. Okay, so I'm going to go and do the other under eye. I'm going to put some lashes on and then I will be right back and we're going to do the rest of the face. So that is the lashes done, and that just really brings the look together. I've added some black eyeliner. There wasn't an eyeliner in the products that I had. So I have added the Primark PS eyeliner. Now these are like £2 for £1. I accidentally bought charcoal, but it's almost black, and I absolutely love these. Recommend them all day long when we can go shopping again. So primer. Let's prime this face. So I have got the Flower Beauty primer, and that's an In Your Prime pore minimising primer. So, you know, I'm in my prime, supposedly. So let's get the plastic off this. Let's put the security tag right over that, and that's going to be an absolute pain to open now. I don't understand the need to put them in the most ridiculous places. You know, it's covered in plastic, you've put a security tag on, and then you put plastic over the top. I sound like a right moaning cow, but it just does my head right in. Okay, so this says it smooths and blurs for a long-lasting makeup wear, and it is mattifying. So, oh, it's green. It's green. So that is that there. I mean, I don't know what colour I thought it was going to be with this being on the front, but so let's get, oh, it a little bit goes a long way. So let's put that on. It's soaked in really quickly. Really quickly. That was super fast. The skin feels really smooth now. So hopefully it has filled those pores, because I've got a few. No, it doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel sticky though. It doesn't feel like it's really sticky or anything. So the foundation I've picked up is the Ordinary foundation. This is a full coverage foundation. I've had this a while as well. And I picked up the covered colour Fair Neutral, and it's got an SPF to 15 in it, and it says this is a high coverage, so we shall see. Oh crap, I was just about to complain it's a plastic bottle, but it's a good job that it is, because I've just dropped it. It's 30ml. It was a tiny bottle, but it comes with a pump, and it's like a matte black finish there, which I quite like, but the bottle's a bit cheapy feeling. So let's I'm going to put this on with a brush. That's just 2 pumps there, so that's gone quite a long way. So I'm going to take my Peaches PC19 brush and just tap that in there, and oh, that is really pale. I didn't expect that to be that pale. That is super pale. That's Fair Neutral, and the concealer that I've got is also fair, and the difference is phenomenal there. This is really pale. Try patting it instead of kind of swiping it. I can't believe how pale that is. That is paler than I can't get over how pale it is. I mean, I am a pale gal, and I usually go for like the lighter shade and everything. I have got a spot here as well, so let's see how it covers that up. That is super pale. I think that might be too light for me. I think I found a foundation that is too light for me. That is a first. So there's like 3 small pumps. So it says it's high coverage, full coverage, but I don't feel like it is. It's only a very cheap foundation though. £5.75, so you know, I can't complain at £5.75 that it doesn't do what it says on the tin. Yeah, I can, because it's not doing what it says on the tin. I don't feel like that's full coverage at all. I'm hoping it oxidises slightly. I'm going to go and wet a beauty blender and see how that goes in, but it's just... no, not feeling that at all. Right, I'm going to go and wet a beauty blender and I'll be back. Or a beauty sponge. I don't use beauty blenders, they're dead expensive. Okay, so I've got my beauty sponge. I'm not going to put any more product on. I'm just going to pat it in a little bit and see how that goes, see how that looks, because right now I'm not liking that finish. You can see all of my imperfections. It doesn't feel nice either. I'm not liking this foundation at all, but we'll see how other stuff goes on top of it. Let's go in with the concealer. Where's the concealer? I mean, for a £5.75 foundation, but there's ones in Primark that are just as cheap, and I really like that. So, see, these are meant to be similar colours. I know the different brands, so don't come at me saying what do you expect when they're different brands, but one brand's version of Fair and another brand's version of Fair is totally bloody different. This has got a very much more like pinky undertone, but on the picture it didn't look that pinky. Obviously I've ordered it online, gone on okay. And what I might do is put a little bit more here and here, and then I'm going to go here, a little bit down the nose, chin. See how that looks blended in. I feel like the foundation is oxidising slightly as well, which is good because it was pale as anything. It was so light. It's looking better, but I'm still not happy with that foundation. So I'm going to take my Old Faithful Matte and Poreless Fit Me Powder. I mean, maybe it's the combination of the primer and the foundation that doesn't make, but the primer went on really nicely. So this is my Matte and Poreless here. I love this. This is like the best drugstore like setting powder. I have this in Natural Ivory. I think you can get it in translucent, and I think there is a loose one as well, which I always try and keep an eye out for. I don't know whether you can only get in America or what, but whenever I go to like Boots or Superdrug or anywhere like that, they just haven't got it. Desperate for it. I really, really want it. I'm not going to set my under eyes with this though. I'm going to set my under eyes with, I've got an Essence powder I'm going to set my under eyes with. So that is looking better. I think that's more down to the powder than the foundation, to be honest with you. So let's set my under eye. That foundation was not good, or is not good. This is an Essence powder. It's, I don't know what it is, I've lost the lid and everything, but I hope I can get another one because I do love this as well. Okay, the sun is coming out now, so the lighting will change again. So I've got a few bronzers. I'm going to bronze. Let's bronze. I have got 1, 2, what's that? That's a blusher. I've got 3 bronzers. I've got an MUA bronze, matte bronzing powder. I've got a Maybelline bronzing contouring powder, and I've got a Wet n Wild bronzer, and this one is in Bikini Contest. This one is medium warm, and this one is solar. So this let's look at this MUA one. So that is that one there. I don't know if that looks a bit dark. I'm going to open the others up because even though they're see-through, sometimes you can't tell properly until they're actually open. So that is the Wet n Wild one there. That one's much, much lighter, and that one looks a little bit shimmery as well. It's more of a summery one. Let's look at this Maybelline one. That Maybelline one's probably the darkest one. So what I might do is, I think I prefer the colour of the Maybelline one. I am going to use that, but maybe not today. I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild and bronze and use that as like a contour. So let's grab my bronzer. That a little swirl. It's not that powdery, and because even though this foundation has oxidised, it is still very pale, so I feel like I do need to be warmed up a little bit. I'll do the old jawline with that to make myself look like I've got one. This isn't dragging now. I feel like if I didn't set the face, then this would have dragged on the foundation, or any product would have dragged on the foundation. Could be wrong, I will try it again, but yeah, I'm just not feeling the foundation at all. Not as shimmery. It's only got a very, very slight shimmer. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not like too much. So I'm quite liking that. I don't think that was really expensive. I got that from Beauty Bay in the sale, I think. But I'll try and list them all the products down below. But yeah, and it's cruelty free as well. Little bunny ears on it, so like that. Let's take this Peaches and Cream 15. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline City Bronzer in medium warm. So let's see how powdery that is. Not too powdery. And let's just contour slightly. It's got a perfumey smell. I've just got a whiff of that. Like that. I think that's really defined. My little chickies. My nose slightly. Jawline again. Can't forget the jaw. Because, you know, we look like this otherwise. Just going to grab a little brush and do some down the nose. So I'm trying to get my nose contour right. Not the best at it, but probably not the worst. I like this. I've liked both these bronzers, they're really nice. But we need to step away from the bronzer now and move on to blusher. So, blusher. I've got a Beauty Bay blusher. And I'm making a mess here now. And I have a Rimmel Maxi blush powder. And this is in Exposed. Let's get this open. That is that there. That's like a lovely, like, it's a blush pink, you know. That's what we're going to say about that. And this Beauty Bay one is, so these Beauty Bay ones are really affordable, and I got this in a sale as well, and this one's in Bloom and that one's really pink, so I'm gonna go with this one because I think with the eyes that I've got that might be a bit much, and because the foundation is slightly on the lighter side, that is going to just explode on my face, but it is gorgeous. I do think this is much more the colour for this look. So I'm going to take my Real Techniques Fluffy... Oh, I've dinged it with my nail. Oh God, don't you hate it when you do that? I've actually got foundation on my trousers as well, so, you know, nothing new there. Give that a little swirl and blend that up slightly. Obviously if this doesn't show I can go back in with the Beauty Bay one, but it is showing. I think it is a little bit hit and miss with blushes sometimes, how pigmented they are. That is more pigmented than you think it's going to be. I'll do my temples a little bit with that. I've just put my hair up in like a severe bun today. Very headmistress, but why not? I couldn't be bothered washing it, I'm going to be honest. I've dry shampoo and then set it up. I'm just going to use my powder brush and just pat that in slightly, so it's not as severe looking, but I think it looks good. Well, a little bit more on this temple here is needed. Is it? A little bit. Like that. I do like that. That blush is really nice. Where's it from? Rimmel. I'm liking that. I don't have a lot of Rimmel products, to be honest with you. I do like that. Okay, so highlighter. I only have one highlighter, and this is an MUA Shimmer Highlight Powder. Let's get this open. It's in Peach Diamond. It's a lightweight powder that transforms your complexion with luminous shimmer. Okay, so again, this is just, a lot of these are just like plastic packaging. There's no mirrors or anything like that. There's a mirror in the foundation, in the eyeshadow palette, but that is that right there. Now that is really nice. If that goes on nice, then we're on to a winner. So I'm going to take this glow up brush from Beauty Bay, give that a swirl. It is quite powdery. It's all flying through the air, and I'm just going to tap it for now. I can see it's coming through slightly, but not a lot. It's going to take a lot of building up to get that to give you a good glow. Just put it on the tip of the brush and just, you can see it on camera. It looks nice on camera. Ooh. I think that's kind of on top of the blusher. It's gone like really like a nice pink shimmer. I mean, it was quite a little, I had like a iridescent type shimmer, pinky shimmer on it as well. Anyway, on the end of my nose, I'm going to do a little milk dash. I'm going to take another eyeshadow brush and I'm going to bring that down my nose. Is that enough? Is that enough shimmer? I'm going to go in with a bit more because it's Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to do my inner corner and my brow bones with this On Point eyeliner brush. I'm going to do my inner corners with it, because that's what I do. I don't use any brush that's actually meant to be made for. I'm going to do my brow bones as well, because I feel like they need it. Okay, so that's a finished look. I'm just going to go and do some lips. I haven't got our drugstore lipstick that I've not opened yet. I don't think I have anyway. Let me check, I will be back. Okay, so I have got a couple of lipsticks that I haven't tried. I've actually got two. I got this one free when I did a Makeup Revolution order, and this is the Pro Supreme lipstick in Venture. And I've got this little one that I got as part of a set, and I can't read it because I'm blind as a bat. Mannequin. So I'm thinking of going for this one because this is a little bit darker, and I think with this bright look, it'll look nice. So I've just shoved any old lip liner on because I haven't got a lip liner. I think I shoved an Essence one on, which was the closest colour I could find to this. I mean, it could be completely wrong, I've not even opened it. I hate it when these... Look, why are you sticking to me? Why are you sticking to me? Right, the static is just ridiculous. Oh, so that's like a really deep burnt brown orange. So let's see what that looks like. So yeah, I do feel that's a little bit like drying and draggy, but the colour is really nice like that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one and see just like what it looks like over the top. I've used all the colours, let's use all the lipsticks. Now I bought these lipsticks in a pack of 7, which dinged the top of it. They're much smaller than those ones, but if you want to put them in your kit, then you know they're a lot more compact. So I'll add a little bit of this into the middle. I feel like that's much creamier. I do feel like my lips need tidying up slightly. So I'm just going to zoom you out a little bit there, just so that you can, when I, you know, I'm not right in your face. But this is the finished look. I love it. I think it looks really nice. It's really springy, just bright and vibrant, and all the things that I love in life. Bright and vibrant, and you know, just love it. But the products, how did I feel about the products? The palette, the Makeup Revolution palette, Integrity, part of the Wild Animal range. These are the colours right here. It was a really, really nice palette for the price point. It's a good quality palette. I love like the matte zebra print there. You get such a good mirror, which is the full size here, which is really good for if you were travelling or anything like that. You would have to like really bright looks if you were going to use this palette as one that you were going to travel with. But it's a nice palette. For the price point, is it worth the money? Absolutely is, yes. If you want to create some bright, vibrant looks, this is a nice palette for that. The primer, the Flower Beauty primer, it was okay. I'll have to try it with some other foundations because I don't know whether it was this or the foundation, but I don't like the finish of my skin. It's not the greatest. I will try this with other foundations, but I think it was more the foundation than this though. The foundation, I'm not feeling the ordinary foundation. I'm going to keep trying it. It's only £5.75. The packaging is cheap, but I did drop the bottle, so I was quite thankful that the packaging was cheap and plasticky. I just wasn't feeling it. It just wasn't a nice foundation. It didn't go on nice. It didn't go on nice with like a brush. It says it's full coverage, and I had to use about 4 pumps to get full coverage. And even now I would say that if you bought the Primark foundation, which is meant to be the dupe for the Double Wear, it's a full coverage foundation. I only needed a much smaller amount of that to cover. I'll keep trying it. I'll try it with a different primer, but the ordinary foundation, not really feeling it at all. But you know, it's one of the things, isn't it? You live and you learn. The concealer, the Flower Beauty concealer, I'm kind of on the fence. The colour is it's a pinky undertone, and it's meant to be like a fair neutral. It says it's crease proof, and it's already creased in my under eyes, but I have got a lot of wrinkles. I wouldn't say it was weightless, and I wouldn't say it was crease proof. It isn't heavy, but it's not weightless. It's not like, I wouldn't think, oh my god, this is such a lovely everyday concealer for... I'm just kind of on the fence about it. I'll have to try it a little bit more, but it dragged a little bit on the eyeshadow, so I'm not loving it, but it was okay. It was okay. Bronzer, I loved the bronzers. I used the Wet n Wild bronzer in Bikini Contest. Now this was really cheap. I think it was like £3 something in the sale on Beauty Bay. That is it right there, and I absolutely loved it. I was a little bit worried because it has got a light shimmer in it, but it was nice. As a nice everyday bronzer for a lovely, it's called Bikini Contest, for a lovely sun-kissed look, that is really worth it. And the Maybelline City bronzer, which I got in medium warm, and I used as a contour because it's a really nice contour colour for me. That loved it. It went over the base really well. I had set the base before I used the powder products. because I was worried about them dragging because I didn't like the foundation. I set that with a powder that I like, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Go and get it, it's worth the money. But yeah, loved those. The blusher, I used the Rimmel Maxi blush, powder blush in Exposed. Loved it. It was really, really, really nice. And I just dinged it again. What's wrong with me? Took a little bit of build up, but sometimes I do prefer that than it just being too much, especially with blusher. I have got the Beauty Bay one. That looked like it was going to be a bit dark for this colour of foundation, but I will use it again. I will use it at some point. But yeah, sometimes I do like to build it up a little bit more, especially with blusher, rather than just being all rosy glow straight away. I like to control my rosy glow. The highlighter, the MUA Makeup Academy highlighter, it was okay. It took a little bit of building up. I didn't put it on and was like, ooh, look at that glow. It's given me a nice glow as a nice everyday shimmer. It will be really, really good, but it's not going to set your world on fire. It does say it's a lightweight powder that transforms your complexion. And it's in Peach Diamond, but there are other highlighters that I put on and be like, whoa, you are lighting up my life. This isn't it. It's okay, you know, I've got no complaints. It's just, nah, it's okay. Lipstick, I really like the lipstick. It was a little bit dry and draggy, but it is a matte lipstick, so what do we expect there? And I just liked it. It was just a nice lipstick. I think the colour goes really, really well with this look. It's like a burnt brown orange type colour. Doesn't have a weird smell either, because I'm a bit thingy about weird smells with my lipsticks, to be honest with you, because you know it's round your nose. But yeah, I think that is all the products I used. I'm having a look around now, and I think that is basically it. That is all the new products that I used. All in all, I think the look's okay. I love the eyes. The base is, love the bronzer, and the blusher, the shimmer is, but it's turned out okay in the end. So what more do you want? I will list all the products and prices down below from what I can find, because I've had some of these for a while. I've just never dived into them, and I thought today would be the perfect day to do this. So that is the end of the video, guys. If you do like my t-shirts, I'll show you again. I'm not for everybody. Then don't forget to check that out on my Etsy shop, Crafty Studio Gives. That is linked in my channel banner. And don't forget to hit subscribe, like, all of that stuff. And thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.